everyone, and welcome back to yet another political episode. So, we got some breaking news and some really good news for conservatives and Republicans. The good news and the wins just keep on rolling. Although a lot of us expected this coming, Democrats did, according to polls, Democrats were going to do a little bit better, but apparently that backfired. Republicans ended up killing this in a landslide. A safe Republican win for Jeffrey Landry, who was elected governor in the jungle primary. Now, this is a big deal for Republicans. We were expecting a runoff, right? Because this is how Louisiana usually goes. Usually, you have 4 candidates running, and there's usually a split ticket. And in order to declare a winner, one of the candidates must be over 50%. So usually, if the candidates are below 40, like around 49%, there will be declared a runoff in November. That was not the case because Jeffrey Landry got 51% of the popular vote. This is big because there was a second Republican running in this election. There were 2 Republicans running in this election. Stephen Wagersbach and John Schroeder. And they failed to split ticket the Republican Party. They had only won 5%. Like, these 2 alone only won 10% of Republicans in the Louisiana GOP. And Jeff Landry managed to win the election by 51. A huge win compared to Sean Wilson, the only Democratic candidate. He would have had better. I would have predicted him to do much better in the jungle primary because he's the only Democrat. He would unite Democrats all around Louisiana, and they would push together. Compared to Jeffrey Landry, he has 2 other conservatives to fight against. So I think this is a very huge win. I would have imagined Jeffrey Landry would have won anyway, regardless if it was in November or not. But this was a huge early win for Republicans, a moral win here. And I will tell you, Democrats in Louisiana have nothing to fight against. In Louisiana, abortion is highly illegal, and people are okay with it. They do not care. Abortion is illegal, and in fact, Louisiana Democratic Party, most Louisiana Democrats are pro-life, and they oppose abortion. They are politically neutral. They don't really have abortion on their platform. But you have the governor of Louisiana, John Bel Edwards. He is pro-life, and he opposes abortion. He's also a conservative Democrat who opposes gun regulations and also is a huge activist against woke culture. So yeah, the Democratic Party in Louisiana are more big tent and more center left. Let's see here. This just says Democratic Party, but I was hoping for that to say Louisiana Democratic Party. But yes, a huge win for Jeff Landry. I don't know what happened to Louisiana has had a good year in 2022. Louisiana has trended rightwards since the 2020 election. You'll see Joe Biden won these 2 counties right here. These counties successfully went to, Landry. These are part of the Black Belt. Once again, these are Black African-American counties. And these counties have so far voted in every election for Republicans prior to the 2020 election. So, yeah, I think these counties are more becoming red counties now and symbolizes a Black transition, the African-American transition to the Republican Party. Let's see. Baton Rouge. Republicans won half West Baton Rouge, I believe that is, that capital. And while Democrats are kind of holding on to East Baton Rouge here, I believe, and there's this one black county here. These in between, this county and this county went to Biden. These are two African American counties, but we'll see Jeff Landry successfully won these two counties. And the one in between, the blue one, yeah, that's still holding up for Democrats. However, Senator Kennedy did win this every county, all these three counties. So yeah, it was a huge win for Jeff Landry. There will not be a jungle primary. I mean, there will not be a runoff. Seeing that the jungle primary was indeed a huge win and a huge success for Republicans, an early win. And I personally think, yes, Louisiana, although it doesn't really matter, red state, 9 electoral votes, I believe, it doesn't really matter, but it does show that people are kind of fed up with the Democrats and the tenure of the Democrats and how they are leading this country. People in Louisiana, and especially African Americans, are fed up with it, and they are transitioning more to conservative side too. And they're not buying this abortion garbage. This is not an excuse. They honestly don't care about it in Louisiana. And Louisiana's doing fine. And I mean, if it wasn't doing fine, the Democratic Party of Louisiana would have been much more liberaler than it is right now. So that is the Louisiana gubernatorial election. Let's take now on the lieutenant governor election. I think that is. Yes, the lieutenant governor election. We have Billy Nungesser. He won 65%, a much bigger win. Nungesser is the incumbent governor of Louisiana. He was elected governor in 2019, lieutenant governor, with a much bigger margin. Sure, a win's a win, though. Well, I personally think this is more of a win here. If it weren't for Albert Gollery splitting the votes here, Nungesser would have won probably 70% of the popular vote in Louisiana. He won every county except for New Orleans, and that's expected. Same counties as Kennedy won in 2022. So beating Willie Jones, who only grasped onto New Orleans. Yeah, same results as the 2022 United States Senate election here. Once again, there will not be a runoff. Once again, Nungesser beated his expectations, passed his expectations in the jungle primary, and was elected last night. So, congratulations to Nungesser, Billy Nungesser. The Attorney General election. Oh boy. Yes, there will be a runoff for the Lieutenant Governor, for the Attorney General. As you know, it's looking pretty good for Republicans. Liz Murrow got 45% of the popular vote, carrying all the counties in the red. Then there's Lindsay Cheek, and Cheek managed to win this county, yeah, more of the African-American counties, expectedly, thanks to the split ticket that John Stefanski and Marty Maley is causing. Otherwise, I would think Murrow would have won the primary. Would have been elected last night if it weren't for the split ticket that Maley and Stefanski created. Once again, Democrats split ticketed too. You see Jerry and Walker Terrebonne also made a good split ticket, respectively winning only 7% of the popular vote. That said, here. So, yeah, that is the Attorney General election. But there will be a runoff, and that runoff is scheduled for November. It's not on Election Day. But I believe it was the 18th of November runoff. Um, yeah, I am unfamiliar on when the uh, let's see, for the primary, the runoff is going to be held. I think they're trying to schedule it. I know by fact it's not on election day. That's the last time I checked. Um, but yes, there. Oh yes, duh! It's right up here. Silly goose, it's right up here. Oh yeah, so November 18th, 2023. I was right. So that is the runoff. So keep that in mind. Runoff November 18th, not on election day. Few days until December. And by that time, we would know who wins in Kentucky and who wins in Mississippi. So we'll see if this red wave, quote unquote, is going to be a national thing or is it just a state thing? Well, we'll see. We're going to see. But going to finishing up our election results, we have the Attorney General race, the Secretary of State race. They do not have a page, but it is very possible that I can go onto Wiki Commons and search that up. I would do New York Times. However, my New York Times has expired, and I'm not willing to pay for it again. So no, I'm not going to, because I am broke. So, and I can't afford stuff. So no, thank you. I'm not going to pay for internet stuff. It's useless. Plus, Wikipedia is better. You don't have to pay for it. So yes, Louisiana. Secretary. Okay, we'll just see if there's a map on Secretary of State on Wiki Commons. If there isn't a map on, then we don't need a map. Although we very much prefer a map. I know we all do. Looks like there isn't a map. Wikipedia has not yet created a page for the Secretary of State election, but you have a voice. Speak out. Request an article on this. We need a map on the runoff and on the jungle primary. So yes, Secretary of State Nancy Landry. Congratulations. I don't know. Nancy Landry, I think that's his wife or I don't know. I wonder if they're related. Jeff Landry. There's nothing on Jeff Landry on here, so I can't. I'm having a hard time believing this is coincidental. But yes, I think they're somewhat related. Nancy Landry, 19. Well, very close election. My goodness, 19.3. And that is because of the split ticket. Look at how many Republicans there are. You have Mike Francis, you have Clay Schenksenator, you have Thomas Kennedy III, you got Brandon Truskler, you got all these votes. And you'll see Mike Francis, he cranked up a lot. And I would think, yes, Nancy could have won if if there wasn't so many Republicans running. But then there were just two Democrats in this race, and that was Arthur Morrell and Gwen Collins Greenup. And if you just add up Arthur Morrell and Collins Greenup's percentage numbers, it would be around 20%. The same percent of votes that have somewhat voted in these elections so far. And comparing all these together, I think Nancy would win like 60% of the popular vote in this election. So I guess we got to see for sure the primary votes. We got to see November the 18th for sure. This treasurer, Incumbent Treasurer John Schroeder retiring to run for governor. That failed, right? Ha 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 ha. That failed. You lost, obviously, last night. He did endorse McKnight. McKnight did not do so good. Instead, Republicans rallied around John Fleming. I mean, if McKnight just would have dropped out and went and supported Fleming, then Fleming would have won last night. But no, we are going into a runoff. Dustin Granger, the Democratic nominee, Democrats not rallied around one candidate, Dustin Granger, pretty smart, I will admit. But John Fleming was the victor of the night, 44%. However, not eligible to win yet. He will go off to face his opponent on November 18th in the treasurer runoff. So, Commissioner of Agriculture and Forestry declared results. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Mike Strain. I would say Mike Strain would win 100%, obviously. Wikipedia has showed nothing. I don't know if they had this race last night or they're saving it for the 18th of November, but they have told us nothing about Mike Strain, if he won re-election or not. Absolutely nothing. But obviously, I think he's pulling to win re-election. He's going to win re-election because he's the only one in this race. He's probably going to win 100%. So, no need to worry about that. Commissioner of Insurance, same deal. Tim Temple. Basically, same deal. Nothing. Even he had a potential Republican race here. And that Jim Donlin, but he declined. He is the incumbent commissioner. That said, Tim Temple did run for the commissioner of insurance in 2019, but lost to Donlin. However, Donlin is letting him take the coin now, refusing to run for re-election. So, yeah. And it looks like Republicans did pretty well in the state Senate, 27 seats, 71 seats. Yeah, I think this is a trifecta. Let's see if we have this Louisiana trifecta. I think Republicans are posing a trifecta, and no, not Louisiana Trinity. I said trifecta. All right. So, yeah, Republicans in Louisiana are posed to a trifecta in Louisiana, with Governor Edwards, the only Democrat in office in all of Louisiana, gone. And the only flip being Louisiana Governor Manchin. I think, yeah, this is definitely going to be a trifecta on this one. Of course, the liberal media will not admit it. They will not say it because they will not give this win to the Republicans. But, yeah, they will say that Republicans flipped Louisiana. But it's true. Republicans won a big trifecta in Louisiana when it comes to this. So what do you guys think? Anyway, I want to thank you all for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next political episode.